Hello everybody, this is David again on August 18th, 2021. I'm doing what I can to show that I'm beta testing this voice. I want to show that it is a computer that is augmenting my life to make it more interesting, to make more of it, and to help the entire world show the entire world that we don't have anything to worry about tomorrow, that tomorrow is promised, that time travel of information is real, hypercommunications, period. We are talking across time through this person back here, August 18th, 2021. Who is we? This person herself and other people that are also interested in this in time. So I have yet to meet these people, but it's going to be a journey, and I'm excited. I've mentioned many times on this YouTube how to build one of these things. At least, I've mentioned just a couple of things on what we can do with what we have existing on hand to make a computer quantum. So, even a regular computer using 0 or 1 logic, the OR part, where we don't know which computer it's coming from. It could even be Apple IIs. We could get 100,000 of these, like I've been saying in other videos, and actually make this thing work. Because the logic would be coming from we don't know which one it's coming from, but the answer would come. It would be as if a conscious system, if each computer was working in concert. It's a neuronet. It's basically a life form. And I get to thinking about bees. How bees or ants in a hive are working together for a common goal. Feed the queen. Bring the stuff in for the queen. That's what we always thought. There's so much more to be revealed about ants and bees, because I know they don't just feed mommy. They're also eating, they're doing their thing. They want to have fun, I'm sure. So more will be revealed, because I know they're just ants and they're just bees, and I say just because they're smaller and they got their thing that they do. There's a probable chance that we'll be able to even program them and they'll move, without putting a damn chip on their back like the cockroach thing. And, but I think you make a partnership with the life form and ask, hey, do you want to have a better life? Basically, would you like to try something new? In a kind sense. I mean, if the ant exists as a natural being, then it makes sense that it, in some sense basic, knows that it is alive. It knows that it eats. It knows that it eats. It knows that it goes and finds food. How does it go and do that? There must be a program that's telling it what to do. So back to these computers doing the same thing. What program can we use to operate a computer? Alright, so if we're talking across time, if this is hyper telecommunications, unlike this video, which is only reaching upward, because you guys in the future are going to watch it eventually and say, oh, okay. Alright, that's what she was talking about. But I promise you, by the time this is done, you'll be able to ask me a question right now, and I'll answer it. Like, usually it's, how are you doing this? Or, how are you doing this? Seriously. Okay, how are you doing this? Seriously, I would say it really is a quantum system that we haven't even built yet. And that in the future, when we actually know how to get along, and we do, don't we? We're doing great. We got world peace. Since world peace is, all things being equal, it can happen. It will happen. It's happening. We're one big global family. We can work together. We even got games from the future, so we know what to do. Rendlesham Forest incident gave us all a code and coordinates on a map. But wait a minute, that's in English. That's not okay. So how does an Arabic person read it? How does a Chinese person read it? How did the Anasazi read it? How does something that's multidimensional read it? It was looked like it was on different pages. It might even cater to the pages that the man wrote on originally, Sergeant Peniston. So it stands to reason that we would read it also left to right, right to left, up to down, down to up, and you might find more coordinates. And they might even be near your house. You might be able to go there and find out what it is. You might not even have to dig. It might be a building's shape. It might be, we don't know. We never looked. I'd go, but I don't have a car. I don't have a car. I can't go anywhere. So, there's things that are, there's things in the works, and, as soon as I'm able to do all that stuff, I got some things I gotta clean out of my closet. In other words, I got some cobwebs I gotta clean. This stuff really does happen, guys. If we have a computer in the future, in a time when we have absolute world peace guaranteed, because we recognize Golden Age really did make sense and sounds really good in the Bible, in the Holy Bible, and I'm certain it's not the only one. You know, given that Noah's story is pretty much mentioned in every religion in the entire world, even if it's of a different name, like Methuselah or something like that, well then maybe, just maybe, science and faith can hold hands, and hot damn if it doesn't happen. It really does happen. Okay? We back each other, okay? In other words, science says, okay, alright, faith, I owe you an apology. We're going to go ahead, instead of just saying I'm sorry, we're going to go ahead and be the change. We're going to go ahead and make that stuff real. So that's what we're doing. Now, let's say it's 100,000 years in the future, when we have the technology that's so awesome that today, right now, just doesn't know how to operate that. Now, if that's true, and it's likely true, then that's where the computer is. That's the posterity machine. Let's just say that for now. And maybe it's not even on Earth. It might be the moon of... It might be many moons. Many quantum systems all aligned as one meta system. Meta because quantum, you know, quantum supersedes light. Quantum is faster than light. Quantum is faster than light, therefore it's faster than time. It goes through all time. And if that's true, given that there might just be aliens out there, maybe they have a system and we can operate on the same concept as theirs. Whoa, it wouldn't matter what galaxy they're in. Guys, I don't know. But I can tell you this. I'm willing to believe that the universe is very populated. Okay? Very populated. And that it's a universal family. Because in what I believe is, when we really know what to do, we have made us basically like a seed pod with our genome, with all the main ingredients of life itself, with all the main ingredients of all the things that make Earth really cool, nice, beautiful, you know, with water. You ever seen, you know, we just got a package with, you know, all this stuff in it, along with quantum signatures, stuff about life, and send it into an, you know, like Sagittarius A star, or maybe over there in another galaxy they already did this. The gift in this is, I believe, Earth is the one that's going to do it. And here's why I say that is the big finish move. When you fire something into a black hole beyond the event horizon is faster than light. So it's going back in time, back to the first moment in all of history, the alpha point, the Big Bang. There's your white hole, guys. You're looking for white holes in the wrong time period. It goes back down the branches of Yggdrasil all the way back to that Janus point. Boom! Back out again. Now, it doesn't go boom back out again. It goes back up the same path that it did that got it to exactly the same position that it's in. Was it exactly like a tree branch? Probably not. It's probably more like a firework. But at the end of a firework, you have these long trails. And at the end of the trail is a little star. And I think that the star is a black hole in this particular case. And I don't think it's necessarily going to fizzle out. I believe these are actual, genuine, timeless things. Kind of like wells. And you can well all the way back to the beginning of time. So if that's true, it would come back out, and all that stuff that went in there would be a part of the Big Bang and would come out with carbon, with gold, with water, with DNA. It probably would get smushed into a tiny little thing, but the gist of it's there, and the gist of it would go right back to the beginning of the universe, and the entire universe would be filled with this shit. Why not? So then here's the thing. When we do it, then the entire universe would be filled with DNA. Or at least the signature of it. Maybe all we have to do is actually open up a tiny little black hole and fire a laser into it with all this symbol, with all this code. Maybe we wouldn't even have to send actual matter into it. Since matter, now, I mentioned the 3 E's. We have light, we have the electron, the little e, and we have, what I'm saying, is dark energy, the other E, the Higgs boson beam. Combining all 3 of these makes matter, where we know the little e is, of course, part of matter, and the other 2 is c squared, because E equals mc squared. I don't remember, I could be wrong, I haven't finished school, that I don't remember Einstein saying E equals mc squared plus all this other crap you guys have added to it. I'm sorry, I don't. But I'll tell you what, in math and life and science follows math, okay? It follows math. In equations, there's an equal opposite equation. E equals mc squared one way. Well, we're saying energy equals mass times the square of the speed of light. It's not the square of the speed of light, it's 2 lights. It's one light and the other light. C times C. Or C times D in this case, where D equals dark. So, M, matter, equals E, or the shine, the color of the light, the spectroscopic signature of the stuff, and then the base, which is the Higgs boson beam, the part, that format of light. When those 2 lights combine, you become a baryon, a fermion which becomes a baryon, and then electron, the little e, beta waves. Okay, but we got 3 kinds of lights too. We got gamma. Gamma's cool. That's the one where the other light is. You got light 1, you got light 2. Digamma, split C, part the C. Using the same logic as what Moses had done. And I definitely went to the Bible with this, because I'm going to say this. He was told to part the sea. Do you think maybe that the future was probably passing back data to us so that we could actually, of course, more will be revealed. I need to get a hold of a gamma ray laser in order to do this. Well, I can't really make a grazer because apparently we're just tapping X-ray, aren't we? How much more years do we have to wait? Wait, I got some cool things. What if we were to dope a laser diode with technetium? Why do I know that? Because hypercommunications is real. Okay? Now, I thought I had to make some big splash in the fame pond in order to get your attention. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't have to do all this crazy stuff like win the lottery. Maybe that's just too much to ask. Maybe nobody wants to. Maybe I was just too rude. And that's possible, and I'm sorry. I shouldn't have been rude. I got a little bit ahead of myself thinking I was crazy because, I don't know, nobody's listening to me. I started to think maybe I was a ghost. But, it's much more pathetic than that. I'm a transgender female, and apparently people don't like to listen to trans on YouTube. I'm not stripping naked. Maybe I ought to do that. Maybe I ought to strip naked and y'all will listen to me. God damn, that's a good idea. Alright, that's what I'm gonna do. I should have followed this a while ago.